Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we are doing our NFL game predictions, baby. Last week I went 10-6 and my dad went 9-7. Started off the week really good, went undefeated Saturday, went maybe undefeated for the 12 o'clock games. I don't know, we started off like 6-0. We started off really well, and then, kind of ended up losing 6 and 7 games. So, not the greatest, but it's okay. This is where we left off in the game last time, so that is cool. Word of the day is Mingle. Yeah, he answered the call this time, so it is Mingle, baby. Let's go. Okay, so it is playoff time, baby. And there are some exciting things going down in Wild Card Weekend. And yeah, let's get it started. So we got 6 games coming into the day, so it'll be a little bit shorter video, maybe. We'll see. Maybe it's a little bit longer, because, it's more important. I really don't know. But first up, we got the Seahawks versus the 49ers. And this is a really cool matchup. It's a divisional matchup, which there are a lot of these in here. Now that I'm starting to look at it. Well, maybe not. I mean, there's only 6 games, but, there's a good bit of them. But the Seahawks ended their season pretty strongly. I liked how Geno Smith has played this year. Really high completion percentage. I think the highest in the league. Has thrown over 30 touchdown passes. I think he has, some kind of record. I'm not sure if it's, a record or if he's in, there's 5 quarterbacks that's done this. He's one of them. I don't know. He's leading the league in he's doing really well. Alright, Geno Smith in his first, year in a while, really getting the whole season, has done absolute wonders for the Seahawks team, leading them to the playoffs. However, they're going up against the 49ers. They have lost to this team twice already in the regular season. And, just the 49ers are so unbelievably good right now. They are 13-4 right now. They've got the 2nd seed. In my opinion, they are the best team in the league right now. That defense is just absolutely amazing. Nick Bosa, Fred Warner. Bro, on offense, they got Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy, who I think I said in my first record predictions video, at the start of the NFL season, I said the most relevant Mr. Irrelevant we've ever had, or maybe I saw a TikTok comment saying that. I don't know if I actually said it in the video, but I was always thinking that. But oh my gosh, this guy is absolutely insane. Has not lost a game yet. Has not lost a game yet. Went into overtime against the Raiders, I believe. But, led 2 game-winning drives. Led the first one, and they missed the field goal, and then led one in overtime to win it again. So, he is absolutely amazing, and I do not think he will be a problem for this team. And, especially in the wild card round, going up against the Seahawks, I think he's got this one in the bag with everything that he's got around him. I'm taking Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers in this one. So is my dad. Let's go. Next up, we got the Chargers versus the Jaguars. And the Chargers, really good team, ended up losing to the Broncos last week. Kind of interesting, obviously resting players, they're going into the playoffs. It don't really matter, but still, it's the Broncos. But the Chargers, to me, they don't stick out. I watched them one time when they played the Falcons. They didn't really look too well. They've lost to the Chiefs twice in pretty close fashion, so I guess that's pretty good. But, I don't see any, I never see anything about the Chargers. I know I don't watch their games because I don't watch a lot of, West Coast games because of the time I'm eating or something. But, I don't know. I just don't really see anything from the Chargers. And then you look at the Jaguars. They've won, their last 6 or 5 games in a row. They beat the Titans, and they beat the Titans in their last game, so they got a lot of momentum. Maybe not the most rest, but oh my gosh, they are one of the hottest teams in football, and Trevor Lawrence is playing absolutely goated right now. What's his name? Who's the coach? Doug Peterson? Is that the name? Who is the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars? Doug Peterson. Bro is absolutely insane. Doing absolute wonders for this team. I mean, the Jaguars, they've got home field. Their fans are going to be crazy. I mean, they've been terrible for the last couple of years. And, oh my gosh, I think they are ready to absolutely explode in the playoffs. And I'm taking the Jaguars in this win at home. And so is my dad. So, yeah. Next up, we got the Dolphins versus the Bills. And, you know, kind of interesting matchup. I mean, it's the Dolphins-Bills, you know, divisional game. But, I mean, man, they've got their third-string quarterback in Skylar Thompson in. I mean, you know, maybe he provides a spark. Maybe he gets hot, throws for like 3 touchdowns, and oh my gosh, the Dolphins freaking won it. But, I mean, gosh, the Bills have so much freaking momentum right now. Just beat a divisional opponent with 2 kickoff returns for a touchdown. I mean, what the frick? How does that happen? Nyheim Hines, one of the most underlooked trades of the freaking offseason, ended up scoring 14 points on special teams last week, or 12, my bad. But, I mean, absolutely crazy what happened in that game. And, that's what brought the Dolphins to the playoffs. And so, what happened to DeMar Hamlin, I mean, they are pumped to play for him. And, I mean, I just don't see them losing to the Dolphins. I mean, the Dolphins are going to have to get turnovers. They're going to have to make plays on special teams. And I just don't see them doing that with the way the Bills are so amped up right now. And, the fans in Buffalo are going to be there. Bills Mafia is going to be loud. They're going to be crazy. But I just don't see the Dolphins winning this one with Skylar Thompson. And I don't know if I'd see them winning with Tua. So I've got to take the Bills in this one. And so will my dad. So, yeah. Next up, we got the game of the week. And, well, actually, I don't know. There's 2 games of the week. I don't know. It's kind of tough. So you got the Giants versus the Vikings. And so, part of me is telling me, take the Vikings. Daniel Jones is playing absolutely great. The Vikings have been absolutely terrible in close games this year. I mean, not in close games, in big games. But I don't see... the Giants are such a great team. They played absolutely great this year under Brian Daboll, and they certainly have a chance to upset the Vikings in this game. It just depends how it all plays out. But Kirk Cousins has been in the playoffs. He has been in the playoffs. This Viking team has been in the playoffs. I mean, they've got the best receiver in the league in Deebo Samuel, Justin Jefferson. And, Dalvin Cook... pretty sure the Giants do not have a very good run defense. I can check. I don't know. Where do I go to? What's it called? NFL team ranking. I'm going to see if it pops up. I forgot what it's called. No, I don't want to see freaking wild card. There it is. Okay, hold up. We finna check this out. Because I could log in, but I don't really feel like logging in. So, we go to team stats. We go to rushing defense. We go to opponent rushing yards per game. Where is it? There it is. Okay. And then we scroll down to the bottom. And there is the New York Giants sitting at 27th. And the last 3 games, they have given up 115 yards a game. All year, they are looking at 144 yards a game and 135 in their last game. So, their run defense isn't the greatest, and they're going up one of the, a top 10 running back in the league in Dalvin Cook. I don't see the Vikings getting too far behind in this game where it's like Kirk Cousins is just going terrible, Justin Jefferson is not getting the targets he needs, where they just kind of fall apart. I don't see that happening. And if it is a close game, the Vikings are going to pull through and win it. I don't care if it comes down to a 67-yard field goal or a Hail Mary touchdown. They're going to pull it out of their hats. I've got to take the Vikings in this one, and so is my dad. So, yeah. Next up, we got the Ravens versus the Bengals, and this one is a relatively easy one. The Ravens are just having so many problems right now. I mean, they've got a great defense, averaging, I think, 14.5 points per game since Roquan Smith has joined the teams, and I mean, that's absolutely amazing. But when you look at, how many points per game they're freaking averaging, I mean, it just ain't looking good. Okay. So, we scroll down here. I'm on the same freaking thing where it shows me the stuff. What team am I looking for? I'm looking for the Ravens. Where the frick are the Ravens? I need Baltimore. 19th. In the last 3 games, they have averaged 15 points per game, which is absolutely dog. I'm sorry, but they're just not going to be able to compete with the Bengals. I mean, they have a great team, a great defense. I mean, their defense is definitely going to put it all on the table. But the Bengals are just too good. I mean, their defense is really well. I don't see Tyler Huntley or whoever the third-string quarterback putting up, more than 14 points. And, that's just not going to win it against Joe Burrow in that offense. I think Joe Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I think he's better than Patrick Mahomes. If Jalen Hurts doesn't get hurt, I don't know who's the better. Obviously, if Jalen Hurts doesn't get hurt, I'm taking Jalen Hurts over him for this year. But I think, Joe Burrow is probably the best quarterback in the NFL right now, and that's who I'd want on my team right now. And, I've got to take Joe Burrow scoring more points than whatever the Ravens can muster up. I'm taking the Bengals at home, and so is my dad. So, yeah. Next up, we got the second game of the week. It is being played on Monday, so that's very cool. But we got the Cowboys versus the Bucks. And this one is interesting. So the Cowboys, even though the Buccaneers are a home team, the Cowboys are favored by 1.5 points on the spread, I do believe. So that's interesting. But we saw Tom Brady. There was one game, the biggest game that mattered all year. I mean, there's been 2 games that Tom Brady has looked like Tom Brady. And that was the Cowboys game that they played in Week 1 and the Panthers game when the season was on the line. So what's that telling me? That's telling me that when their season is on the line, Tom Brady is still one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And what is that also telling me? That when they're playing the Cowboys, the Bucks are still one of the best teams in the NFL. Put up like 28 points to 3. I mean, that great game from the Bucks in Week 1. Obviously, Dak Prescott got hurt, but, that's tough. Maybe Tom Brady doesn't get off to a great start. Maybe you can't hit Mike Evans. Maybe that O-line can't hold up against freaking Micah Parsons and that D-line. And, maybe Tom Brady throws a couple picks to Trayvon Diggs. And, maybe it all goes wrong. But when it comes down to it, Tom Brady I trust 10 times more than I do Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, he can play absolutely amazing. And, I think if the Cowboys, let's say they're playing the freaking, say they're playing the Vikings. I think they can beat the Vikings because they're a great team. And, they play, up to the competition. But the Bucks, not the greatest team. And so sometimes they don't play well when they're playing against bad teams. And so Dak Prescott throws like 2 or 3 picks, and you just can't do that in the NFL. And if Tom Brady is having one of his nights, they have no chance. But, if say it's a close game, say Dak Prescott cannot score. Say it's 13-14 with 2 minutes left in the game, and you got Tom Brady with the ball. The best quarterback in the 2-minute offense this season has by far been Thomas Patrick Baldwin Brady. Is that his name? Is Baldwin in there? Is it just Thomas Patrick Brady Jr.? I don't know. Is there Baldwin in there? We're not going to talk about that. But I just think the Buccaneers have it in them. I don't think they go too far. But I'd much rather have Tom Brady in this situation than Dak Prescott. And Todd Bowles isn't a great coach. but you gotta take him over Mike McCarthy. I mean, I gotta take the Bucks in this one at home, and I know I've picked all the home teams. You know, really no upsets, but you know, I think some people are definitely taking the Cowboys over the Bucks, anyways. Probably the favorite, even though they're not the home team. But you know, that's just football. Maybe we make some upset picks later, but I just don't see them happening. You know, my biggest games here, I don't think Chargers, Jaguars. So you got, here's my top games here. So you got Bengals, Ravens. I think that's going to be the least exciting game. Then you got Seahawks, 49ers. Then you got Dolphins, Bills. Then you got Chargers, Jaguars. Then you got Giants, Vikings, and you got Cowboys, Bucks. I think that's in order from like closeness and like intensity of the game. And so, you know, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, it's been an interesting video. It's been 15 minutes talking about 6 games. You know, it's cool. I like it, Picasso. But yeah, taking all the home teams in this one. And I'm just excited to watch some football tomorrow. I mean, my team's not in it. We're playing. I mean, I'm excited for the draft. But I'm excited to watch the end of the season for football. Disappointed that it has to end, but it's a fun time. So anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Bills come up with a late turnover. But it will probably matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. This was a very close ball game at halftime.